I tried to tell y'all months ago, Scott Petterson will be coming home. Free Scotty P. Scotty P ain't do that. All Scotty P did was cheat and lie. He ain't no killer, man. That man got railroaded like a motherfucker. They railroaded him because he was a liar. The audio of him lying to his wife, the audio of him lying to Amber Fry. Yeah, he got railroaded. They jumped to a quick conclusion and the suspects got away after they burned the van. Hope everybody having a happy Taco Tuesday night. Hope everybody's still okay. Didn't eat too many burritos, one burrito per person. Remember, I said that. Let's take a look at this video, y'all. Scott Petterson, he coming home. I'm thinking at least he about to get granted another case.
Glad you're streaming with us. Well, it's a California murder case that has gripped our attention and spawned speculation for more than 2 decades. Scott Petterson and the death of his wife, Lacey. Now, the Innocence Project says it has new evidence. A status conference is underway for Petterson right now, who was convicted in 2004 of murdering his wife and their unborn child.
That
He's
boy
already
done got
spent
old.
years behind bars for those murders, but the Los Angeles Innocent Project, which is representing Petterson now, says new evidence could actually exonerate him. Our ABC News Live anchor, Kana Whitworth, is outside that San Mateo
Free Scotty P.
right now. She's been following this since the news broke.
Free Scotty P.
About the project representing Petterson.
About time.
So he's attending this status hearing remotely. Tell us about this new evidence, Kana, that the LA Innocence Project says it has. And do you think it could be enough for a new trial?
Yeah, I mean, Kara, look, ultimately that is up to the judge to decide, but the LA Innocence Project certainly thinks so. A lot of it hinges on DNA. They want new DNA testing, and that is what they do, right? The LA Innocence Project takes on cases that they believe that DNA testing can exonerate their clients. And they believe that technology has changed a lot over the last 20 years. So they're asking for new testing, and that will be heard in court on May 29th. They will decide exactly what the LA Innocence Project will have access to and what they can retest. But also, Kira, they're going over the past trial and past filings. And the LA Innocence Project is saying the defense team never really had access to everything that they needed at the time of the initial trial. But the next time, Kira, that we see Scott Petterson in court will be April 16th. And that is a motion to seal. And one thing that was really interesting in court today was that we learned that the LA Innocence Project has heavily redacted several of their motions. And they said that they had to do that because there's witness names in there, names that they feel need to be kept private because, according to them, their witnesses fear retaliation from the Modesto Police Department.
So you actually, well, that makes you even more curious, right? You actually had a chance to interview the former fire investigator. I remember when this first broke. He's at the crux of the Innocent Project filing. Tell us more about what he thinks of what's happening today, what he told you when you sat down with him, just his thoughts on this whole resurfacing of this case.
Yeah, Kira, you're right. He is at the crux of all of this. His name is Brian Spatulski, and he was the one that was called out on Christmas Day to this burned out van. It was about a mile from the Petterson home. And what the LA Innocence Project is saying is that it needs to be investigated if this van is somehow connected to a robbery that happened across the street from their home at the time of Lacey Petterson's disappearance. And according to Spatulski, he said that this van, it clearly had been burned to conceal some kind of evidence. And he said there was a mattress in the back of the van.
That's big,
with these, red and brown stains on it. And he said that those need to be retested. He also said that
looked like blood to me.
Curious to him how this van was set up, because this is an area where apparently people do this to vehicles, but typically they would strip them, Kira, right? They'd take out the radio, they would take off the rims of the van. None of that was done. And so again, he believes all of this needs to be reassessed and see if it is in fact connected, Kira.
Kana Whitworth, appreciate it so much. You can learn more about the case and the Innocent Project's claims on Impact by Nightline. Scott Petterson.
Free Scotty P, man.
Now streaming on Hulu. New episodes drop every Thursday.
Yo, free Scotty P, man. I've been thought Scott Petterson was innocent, man. Hey, all they did back then when he was found guilty in 2002, I believe it was. He was found guilty off of bullshit circumstantial evidence. There was no hardcore forensic evidence that put Scott Petterson anywhere. You feel me? They tried to say that he took Lacey out in the boat. Well, people proved that the boat wasn't big enough to carry him and a pregnant woman. No, they said the boat would have capsized. I'm sorry. So, with this evidence right here, with this burnt out van, this bloody mattress or whatever, hey, I guarantee you that's going to be Lacey Peterson's blood, and I guarantee Scott Petterson will be exonerated. Scott Petterson got railroaded because he was a liar. Scott Petterson did not kill his wife. I'm sorry. He didn't kill his wife. He just lied his ass off, cheated on her, and he was judged off being a lying cheater. He became a murderer off being a lying cheater. All they did was catch him lying on phone calls. They had a witness, the Amber Fry, who he was cheating with. She dirtied him up because she was hurt. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know he was married. She thought his wife was dead. So there's a lot of things that he said that made him look guilty, but I guarantee he's not guilty. Y'all hit the subscribe button, drop a comment, like, hey, let's talk about this, man. What y'all think? Y'all think Scott Peterson gonna be exonerated? I think he is. Hey, y'all let me know. Free Scotty P. He didn't do it.